Welcome back, guys, to another build video. Today's build video is centered around the Stamina DragonKnight. I came up with this build specifically for a simple quick burst AoE damage type build, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. Our race is Imperial. You do have the option of Orc or Nord. I'm probably going to swap to Nord just to get the extra resistances, because I think this is the only thing that the build is lacking on is the resistances. For our attributes, we have 31 into health, 33 into stam. Stam is a bit low, I understand, on the stat sheet. Max health is at 30k. Stam recovery unbuff is at 1849. So if we go ahead and buff up, 2520, weapon damage is 5.4. We will get pretty much 6.2k weapon damage once we have our fully buffed up and our continuous. So I'll show you what the spell resistance and physical looks like. Spell resist and physical 23. These are low. This is why I'm probably going to swap to Nord. Crit resist at 19. Let's go ahead and move down to our Mundus of choice, the Serpent, and we are going with the Smoke Bear Haunch just for just the added recovery for everything. It's really good food to use. So this is why we're going with this. Let's jump into our gear. We are wearing one piece Pirate Skeleton just for the extra armor. I've been kind of moving around gear sets to figure out what I'm going to use. I know there's other sets that you could potentially use, like the mythic item. I forgot the name of it, but you could potentially try and use that as well. I have not unlocked it yet, so I still need to unlock it, but that's an option. But we're doing Impin heavy on the head with Triglyph. We're doing Plague Break on our shoulders, Impin Triglyph. We are doing Plague Break chest, Impin Triglyph. Azura's Blight should be Impin, and I'm probably going to Triglyph all the pieces just to see if that gives me better stats, if it's worth it. But yeah, Impin for the hands, Impin for the waist, and Impin for the legs, and Impin for the boots. Gonna swap that out to get the Impin very soon. For our jewelry, Azura's Blight should be infused. Azura's Blight jewelry infused with weapon damage. Malakaf infused with weapon damage. Back bar, we have VATS 2H just for the extra weapon damage. Plus we get that once we consume all stacks and we hit a heavy attack, we do a little bit more damage. Front bar, we are using one Azura's Blight sword, Nirnhone, and Plague Break sword, Nirnhone. If you don't want to use any of these dot poisons, that's up to you. You can do a shot glyph and a disease or a poison glyph. I've been experimenting around with a few, but if you want to do that, you can. That's your other secondary option. So let's go ahead and get into skills. Front bar is Fossilized, Molten Whip. I love the change to Molten Whip. It feels good to be able to have an actual stam whip, even though it does still cost mag, but it feels really good and it hits hard. I've been hit by it, I've hit people with it, and it's really good. Nauseous Breath, Venomous Claw, Quick Cloak, Take Flight. Now if you are in a group, you have the option of using Razor Cow Traps for Fossilized, and then Whirling Blades instead of Molten Whip, and then still use Take Flight. I tried using Ren or Thriving Chaos. It's just, I believe Thriving Chaos Ren's is not better than Take Flight, even though it does give you some healing plus a crap ton of, you know, extra bleed dot damage, but still use Take Flight. It's just OP. You can try Dawnbreaker if you want, just to get some extra weapon damage, but that's completely up to you. But I'm gonna stick with Take Flight. Back bar, forward momentum, that's just gonna help us get our stacks, and then plus obviously help with our mobilizations. Green Dragon's Blood, volatile armor, Resolve and Vigor, Cauterize, Corrosive Armor. That's how I have my skills set up. You can change it however you want, but this is what works best for me, because once you get your procs off to get that whip, it just hits, man. It hits hard. So let's jump into CP. For our green tree, we have Steed's Blessing, Rationer, Liquid Efficiency, Gifted Rider, Untamed Aggression, Master at Arms, Thaumaturge, Duelist Rebuff, Pain's Refuge, Boundless Vitality, Sustained by Suffering, Fortified. That's what I selected. It's what's working for me for right now. Things are always subject to change, but that's what's working. Just friendly reminder, guys, this build, you want to make sure that you are pretty much getting on top of your opponent. You need to apply pressure, because you're not going to be able to jump into a crowd with this build and just automatically I don't want to say 1vx, because everybody's skill set is different, but you know, just be very decisive on how you're going to go and do your execute, because when you do, it's fun when you see people just absolutely melt and explode. But guys, this is my take on the Stamina DragonKnight build. If you like it, feel like you would change some things out, drop some knowledge in the comment section down below, guys, and hope you guys enjoy. Peace.